Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Ciara.
We're ladies.
And we tangent.
What's up, everyone? Hello.
Oh my god, that might have been like the easiest intro I've ever done.
Well, that's because we've been sitting here watching me do something for 5 minutes, so we were ready.
Okay. Yeah, we were.
Okay, that's okay.
It's okay.
Because if you're new here, welcome to our longest running tradition
It really
on the
is.
show,
Wow.
which is where we look back at last year's final episode of the year and kind of like reflect on what we said and see if we made any correct predictions or if we were stupid.
I love those ones. Both of those moments. Really fun.
Yeah. And I will like screen record stuff, which is so much easier now because we have video.
Yeah. I
Where
remember
when
when you used to.
When it was just audio, it was a bit tricky.
Yeah.
But I'm still me, and so I still make things harder than they need to be, and so I listened to the audio and I made
Notes. On time.
Yep, and the times are not the same.
Different
in video
because ads and stuff.
Because ads, and also like the intro is shorter, and I'm just dumb.
It's okay.
So when I went to screen record, I was like, why are these times not lining up like at all? So anyway, I anticipate it to be somewhat chaotic because I just screen recorded what I needed to screen record, but I don't think I did it well. And I think it's a little
Functional? Dysfunction?
Well, it's definitely that, but not disconnected, disjunct.
Combobulated?
I don't know. Am I thinking of an imaginary word? Am I like trying to make something up right now?
I
Disjuncted?
like disjuncted.
Is disjuncted a word?
I don't think so.
Hey Siri, is disjuncted a word?
Is it really?
Unrelated.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my
Disjuncted is about to be my new favorite word.
Disjunctive.
Another request.
Okay,
so you don't need to
disjuncted.
say Siri before you ask it.
Wait,
That's
why are you
concerning.
talking back to me?
Disjunctive is a word that describes things that are disconnected, separate, or unrelated. Yes, okay,
Disjunctive.
that's exactly it. It's disjunct. I think it's like there's some just disjuncted parts where like
Disjunctiveness.
yeah, I have disjunctivitis a bit in these videos because I would like screen record it and then I would realize like I didn't start it where I wanted to start it, so I'd go back. And then other times I use these to put them in the video and people would like send me a message, and so it would pop up that like Nicole Snapchatted me, and I was like, oh no, I have to get that out of there, and then I went backwards again. So anyway, it's actually not going to be an issue for you at all. I'm just letting you know
Got it.
that it's not going to be smooth.
I'm here for it.
And if
I like
you
it a
guys
little
are like,
rough.
are they being weird? Yeah, because I'm dumb and I'm making it harder for us. But also this year, I wanted to add an element of a game because I know, first of all, if we have an episode a week ago, it's erased from your mind. When it comes to the podcast, this bitch is like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Gone. People will say things back to me, or I'll read comments and I'll be like, oh, we said that? Or I talked about that.
Yes.
So whoops.
So I know that
I don't remember shit from that.
there are things where I'm going to ask basically almost like a quiz.
I love it.
Like fill in the blank or
I'm actually
what's
a great
the correct
test taker.
answers. So, and some of those I do have clips for to play for you, and then other ones I don't. So we're just going to do with that what we will. But before we get into it, is there anything you want to share with the class?
I think we should probably share what we didn't share at the top of our episode last week.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're butt shit at our jobs, but I would like to be better. And so I would like to say, hey, everyone, we're going on tour.
We're going to go on tour.
Yay. Okay. So if you haven't heard yet, or you haven't listened to the episode, we are going on tour. Listen, we're doing our best to go as many places as we can. However, we
do have to be invited.
We have to be allowed there. So now, where we have it on our Instagrams, on our website, ladiesandtangents.com. You can get tickets. Get your tickets. You can get
Don't worry, disjunctivitis is not
contagious. Well, I think it might be.
I almost said spreadable.
Wait. I have a funny thing about that.
About spreading?
Because I just showed Corey what you said to me. So we have downstairs in our house, sorry, everybody. This is the tangents part of Ladies and
We were
Tangents.
just getting ready to tell you about tour. And we're like, actually, fuck that. Let me tell you
hold on
this.
a second, because this is funny. So my mother-in-law got me, like, way back when we moved into our first house, all of these, like, the Ray Dunn-esque things that say, you know, so we use them as like decoration in our downstairs because we have a little table out there, which we've now also decorated for the winter. We have a snow globe because, of course, I love a snow globe. And all these other things. Anyways, we just have them in a...
They're just set up. No rhyme or reason.
No.
But if you know anything about Ray Dunn, there are words on it.
So,
and what happens when you put words in a specific order? You make a sentence.
Is that, I guess, right by the butter tin and a coffee mug, Jerry's walking by the other day and she goes, spread yours. It's just like, it literally says spread yours. On the other side is mine. So I was like, I could switch them, but then it would just be spread mine. Or spread ours.
Yeah, see?
And I don't know that any of those would be
yours. Yours spreads mine.
Yeah, and that's the truth.
That is the truth.
Mine spreads yours.
And so if you want us to spread yours too, you can go to ladiesandtangents.com
and come with us on a tour. Well, don't come with us.
We'll come
to you.
With
you.
You can watch us
come together. Not together.
No, definitely not together. I mean, we will be together.
We will come
these,
together. We're going to make these cum jokes every fucking time we talk about tour.
Every time.
I want you to know what you're getting into, because I will say there's a Columbus show that we're doing.
Yes.
It's our first show.
Yep.
And there's so many people in our lives that have said they're coming with us. And I'm like, hey, hold on though, because I don't think you actually actively listened. And so you're going to be confused.
This happened.
I'm scared.
So I had Shane's family's, like his mom's side, their Christmas last Saturday. And so they were asking, they're like, oh, congratulations on tour. And his grandma, sweet Gaga, goes, I think I'm going to be in Tampa when you guys have your Tampa show. I would love to come. And I was like, Gaga. I was like, she goes, what? You don't want me to come? And I was like, I would love for you to come, Gaga. I think, you know what? Even there's no age where you should stop coming. That's what I always say.
I've always said that.
However, I just want you to be prepared for what will happen, because I just watched some footage and when we were putting up a tent, the noises that we were making, I don't know that I want you to hear.
Oh God.
So
anyways, but if you want to hear
the sounds that we made putting up a tent,
come
with us. And you will if you listen to those sounds probably. Anyway, there's ticket links for all of the locations. There's like 13 stops. And if this goes well, then we get to go more places.
And we want to.
Everyone on the East Coast who's like, what the fuck? Hey, maybe don't be so cold in February. We'll see you when it's warmer if everyone shows up in the warm places when they're supposed to.
I'm not trying to drive to Buffalo. I know y'all get snow. I know the snow you get, okay? We're going to wait a little bit before we try to drive to New York again. That shit is wild in the winter.
Boston, I would love to see you, but in the spring or in the summer.
Or fall. I heard Boston's lovely in the fall.
Yeah.
Manifesting.
Speaking of manifesting, should we...
let's just jump into it. I don't have anything really too exciting that happened since the last time I've seen you. I've been kind of taking it easy, except that I went to the hospital again.
Oh, yeah.
So turns out I think it's time to get on some medication.
You did. What's so funny is when I was watching this, one of the things I brought up to you was that the year prior, you talked about needing to go to therapy, and you were like, the thing about me is I could say it and then time passes and it's not real, and oopsie, another year goes by.
And then it turns out 2 years have gone by. No, but here's the thing about therapy, and I think I've told you this before. I'm a big advocate for therapy. Huge.
Yes.
Huge. However, I feel a lot of therapy is figuring out what's wrong and trying to fix it, and I've done that.
Now,
sort of.
I will
for the most part, except for the physical things.
I will say I agree with you somewhat. However, I can tell that the Jerry that is speaking a year ago was somebody who was going weekly. Yeah. I can tell that the Jerry that was listening to it and sitting here right now has been going maybe once a month.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I need to go back more frequently because I feel very different than her last year, and not in a positive way.
See, mine is different. I feel so good, except for physically.
Yes, but at the same time, you know
it keeps
that
attacking me in weird ways.
It can happen like that. Your physical can manifest what your mental is ignoring.
Well, and it is. So I am going to try to get on medication because I do think that's important. And
I would want to tell them why you went to the hospital?
Yeah, because I was having, you all know kind of anxiety, what it does to you. So I was having chest pains, and I am also just very scared. I've had 2 in my family, heart attacks in people younger than 50.
Yes.
So that is very scary, I think, because, I'm getting up there in age, and I also just feel like I'm not the healthiest. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm trying. I'm working on it, but I'm
not ignorant to the fact that I am playing fast and loose with this body.
I ran yesterday because for some reason, out of the fucking blue, I was like, I feel like I could do a run right now. I could just, not a walk. I ran.
You ever feel like that though? Like you're almost 5 again. You know how 5-year-olds just love to run?
Bro, I was on there and my treadmill is facing my wall.
Yeah.
And at one point as I was running, the music was playing and I was like, I could run through this fucking wall right now. Like I was fucking jacked. Okay.
However, are we nervous that that's manic or no?
No. I know that it probably is because Corey said something about the fact that he goes, I'm loving that you just did 7 loads of laundry today. I do think you might be manic right now. And then literally the next day I went to the hospital because my heart was racing over 120 or 130 beats per minute. Resting.
Yep.
Not good.
Yep.
And I was having chest pains, and I was like, I think maybe there's a correlation when I have anxiety attacks to being manic. Anyways, I wanted to run through this wall. However, today I'm realizing my lungs hurt, my legs, my hips, my back, everything hurts. And I ran for 10 minutes, maybe max. Okay. Yeah. I did walk another 10 minutes. Yep. Fast walking.
Yeah.
But that was all the exercise I got. And I was like, maybe that's something I need to work on. I was doing really well for a while, and then the wedding happened.
You had a goal.
Just kind of and then the wedding happened, and I kind of stopped, and now I'm like, maybe I need to get back on that horse.
Isn't it funny that like the goal was the wedding, but the goal is never longevity of life. It is never just like life improvement.
That's what I think should be my new goal, and it is, because I would like to stop going to the fucking hospital and freaking myself out.
I felt like such a dick because I was editing at her house when this is happening. And now I did remind her after she got the results of her EKG, and it was like elevated, and there was like a diagnosis on there, and I Googled the diagnosis.
Sinus tachycardia. It's just fast heart.
Yes.
Irregular.
But
and
it
fast.
was like, it can be caused by anxiety attacks and stress. And I was like, we just announced the tour. And 2 seconds before this came on, you literally looked at me and you go, I have to call Corey and make sure that he didn't die on the highway.
It started to snow and I knew he was on his way home. That's anxiety, babes.
Yeah.
I literally saw you go, oh my God, look how beautiful it's snowing outside. And I was like, I have to call Corey. He's on his way home. And I am afraid that he is dead because he takes the highway. And I'm very scared driving on the highway in the snow or the rain. That's a me thing.
No. And that's totally legit.
Literally 2 minutes before I started getting horrible chest pains.
And I was exporting the episode and I was like, I will take you to the hospital. Am I an asshole if I ask you to wait 3 minutes? Because I can.
Well, they didn't even get me back right away. So while I'm there, okay, I'm like, chest pains, we go back right away. Hey, everybody, this is a PSA. This is a PSA. If you go to any emergency room, it better be emergent. And that's what I know because it is, number one, after COVID, emergency rooms, they're getting fucked.
Yep.
It's cold and flu season. It's the holidays. There's fires happening. I was thinking, I'm like, dang, I am in like a hallway kind of on a bed because they were doing my EKG. That was important. And I'm like, cool. That's actually all that I need. That and blood work. I just need to know I'm not actively dying. And then I did walk out of there. I didn't even wait for my diagnosis. I got my chart. I saw I wasn't actively having a heart attack. And I was like, thank you. That it's probably anxiety. I know this about myself, but I needed to see that. As I'm getting the EKG and I'm thinking like, I wonder if I'm going to get a bed soon. I hear the nurse and she's like, we have a abdominal stab wound coming in. And I was like, that guy deserves that bed. For sure.
Yeah, give him the bed.
He's got a stab at his
Matter of fact,
stomach.
I'm going to get up. He can have mine.
I actually think I'm going to leave. And I said that actually my sister laughed because she works in the emergency room. She wasn't there. She was, but then she left because I was there for so long, literally waiting in the waiting room after they made sure I wasn't actively dying. And that's when I decided to like, I'm going to go.
I'm head out.
And so I hear people getting pissy with them. I hate that. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And then there was a woman next to me in a wheelchair, which I felt really bad for her. But she had been there since like 11. At this point, it's 4. She looks over at me and she's like, how long have you been here? Like trying to get me to rile up. And I go, hey, I'm not going to do that with you. I just want you to know that. I'm not doing that. So then I go up to the people and I was like, hey, ladies, I think I'm going to leave. I just wanted to know I wasn't actively dying. And also the vibe's getting weird. So that's what I said.
I don't like the vibes in here anymore. And so I'm not, I'd rather die. Okay.
They were like, that's cool. I said, it's not really helping my chest pain because now I do know it's probably anxiety and I do feel it getting kind of worse. Yeah. But I know now, testing wise, that I'm fine. I went home and laid in my bed. It started to subside.
Yep.
I felt better. I also realized, because of my blood work, which I knew this, that I do have an iron deficiency along with vitamin D and all the other things. Mm-hmm. And when I looked up the symptoms, surprise, chest pain, shortness of breath, headaches, dizziness, lightheadedness, all of the things I was experiencing are on that list. So we're going to start taking vitamins. We're going to start getting medications. We're going to be a better CC in 2024. And that's what I know.
Okay.
Now tell me who I was in 2022.
I was going to say, hey, Jerry at the end of 2024.
Did I do better? Or am I in the hospital again?
One of my favorite things is we do actually do call outs to ourselves, and some of them I have saved. So I will let you know what we thought of ourselves at the end of 2022 and what we thought was coming in 2023. Here we go.
Let's do it. Sorry, I went off on a thing.
No, I asked you to.
Okay. Let's do this. I'm excited. I'm always nervous because
you should be. No,
I just told Jerry, I was like, I know that these are all recorded, but just like knowing this will be brought up, what we're doing now in the future scares me.
One thing, I'm going to go through like some notes that I have, and then we're going to go into the videos. One of the things we talked about, irony, our intro was health issues. So ironic that that is also a theme for our intros still.
I'm a sick bitch, and I know this, and it's okay. I mean, it's okay.
Here's a question. Here's the beginning of the quiz for you.
Okay.
When we said that this is our longest running podcast tradition, there was one other longest running tradition that we said this was tied with, which is no longer our longest running tradition.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
It's gotta be, yeah.
The Valentine's Day with the guys. And now we did still do a Palentine's
this
special
year
with them,
yeah.
but we didn't do an episode.
That was this year.
I know.
That's crazy.
We didn't do a Valentine's episode, which now makes this
our longest running.
Crazy.
Good. Fuck the guys.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
You also talked about needing to get a wedding planner because you were ignoring planning your wedding, and you did.
And I did.
Shout out Ari.
Ari, you amazing. I just talked to her and I was like, if there's anything I can do ever for your business, I will do whatever you need because I want you to succeed.
Yes.
You made my experience
dreams come true.
Incredible.
Oh, for sure.
If you can afford a wedding planner and you're freaking out about getting married, I can't stress enough that there are other things I would have spent less on.
Yep.
And just gone with that if I needed to, but she was 100% worth it.
She made
was
my invaluable
life. Yeah, oh God.
Also, you were very nervous about what you were going to do about Noah finding out about Santa.
Guess what, guys? I just had that talk again with him last night, and I was like, Noah, tell me a little more about when you first realized. And he goes, I don't even remember exactly because it was meaningless to me.
Oh, wow.
And I go,
okay.
Why? Like, was Santa not a big deal? He goes, not really. I got the same amount of presents. Like, I didn't care where they came from. And I was like, cool. That made me as a parent kind of feel better that I don't put too much into Santa. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just about the presents. It's just he was like, I like everything else around it. And that has never stopped. Like, we still do fun traditions. And it's not just like all of a sudden the magic was gone.
Right. You did talk about how you didn't have space for a Christmas tree and how you didn't even really want to do Christmas, but then Corey had surprised you.
He did like a week before.
Isn't that so sweet?
Because now I have room for 3 Christmas trees if I want to.
I know.
That's crazy.
And we'll get to that as well. Because you kept saying it's okay if we don't have a Christmas tree because wait for what's to come. This is a transition. Not having a tree. And
I could cry.
I know.
And we were not looking for a house. That was not something it was something I felt like we needed to because we were really outgrowing it very quickly once Sawyer was added to the mix.
Yeah.
But like I didn't expect it to come this year.
Yep. There was a story that I told about Ollie. And the reason I'm going to include this is because Ollie's sense of humor is almost like accidental. Mm-hmm. And so I told a story about how he was talking with my aunt and he was like, what's wrong with that weed eater? And she was like, oh, it must be out of juice. And he goes, it doesn't run on juice. It runs on gasoline. Now that very like blunt, just
love it.
He still has it.
I really like that. The
other day he was like whining that he was hungry. And I say whining not in a way to be like, oh, little baby is hungry. No. I just mean the way that he was expressing his hunger was, I'm hungry.
Yeah, it was whining.
That was a whining sound he was using. Now, Shane, being who Shane is, he looks at him and goes, hi, hungry. Nice to meet you. I'm Dad.
Yep. You have to. At least once in your life.
At some point.
Yep.
And Ollie just kind of like looks at him and then goes back to watching the TV. And 2 seconds later, he repeats himself. I'm hungry. And Shane goes, hi, hungry. Nice to meet you. I'm Dad. Ollie, without even like a thought, looks at Shane and goes, are you playing a game or something? Basically, what I heard was, what the fuck are you doing?
And why?
Yeah. I said I'm
feel
hungry.
Some type of way about this.
Do you feel good about yourself, big man? Do you? I'm
Feed
fucking
me,
hungry.
bitch.
Yeah. So anyway, he is still the same kid. And
I really like that. You know, that's how Noah was. Noah was very.
They have a lot of similarities.
They
do
so many similarities.
Very similar brains.
Yeah.
I also talked about. I also talked about how inquisitive Ollie was. Okay. Mm-hmm. And now I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
About how I had a conversation with my son that I just wanted to give myself a pat on the back for. Okay?
I love those. I've had so many of those this week. And I'm like, oh, I'll tell you about one. I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but please remind me because the conversation I had with Noah last night was good.
That for dinner?
Yeah.
Dinner talk?
Yeah.
Okay. So I pick Ollie up from school. Sometimes when I'm waiting in my car to go and pick him up, I watch a YouTube video. The YouTube video of choice that day was Trixie Mattel making a Easy Bake Oven cake.
Amazing.
So it's on and it starts playing when he gets in the car. Mm-hmm. And he says, why does that woman have a man voice? And I said, Ollie, have you ever heard about the societal construct of the gender binary? And he says, no.
So obviously not.
You're going to learn about it today, right now. So I said there's something called masculine and there's something called feminine. Masculine in societal views represents something that is manly or traditionally more aligned with someone who identifies as a man. So like clothes can be masculine, the sound of a voice can be masculine, shoes can be masculine. I said in the same way feminine represents something that a woman, they would view a woman to wear, have, express.
Yeah.
And I said haircuts even can be masculine and feminine. Yeah. And I said, but the person who is wearing those things or expressing those things doesn't have to be a man or a woman. It can just be masculine or feminine or somewhere in between. And when I said haircuts, hairstyles, he goes, hair is just hair. And I go, bingo, kid.
And that's what I want you to get from this.
Bingo. And he goes,
and a voice is just a voice.
Nails are just nails. Clothes are just clothes. And I go, that's exactly right, Ollie.
That is it.
You have got it, kid. You've passed. Let's go.
Our conversation was about capitalism, climate change. And At the end of it, a bunch of other things, but at the end of it, Noah goes, I really enjoyed talking politics with you, Mom.
Oh,
This
well,
was
that
good.
almost got brought up today. That reminds me, I'm going to have to explain who Vladimir Putin is to Ollie when I get home. But
fair enough.
Because.
Was it my message to you?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes. So.
Sorry.
Ciara
I
said
thought it
she was rushing, but she said I was Russian. And so then she sent a GIF of Vladimir Putin. And Ollie goes, who is that guy? And I was like, that is the guy who's in charge of Russia. He's not.
That's the joke, Ollie.
He's not a great guy. And he's like, why isn't he a good guy? And I'm like, well, I don't have a list in front of me and I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I will explain it to you later. And I haven't gotten there yet. But for those of you who this is your first episode, why? But 2, Ollie is 4.
And also K. Get it? Y2K. Sorry.
Oh my God. He's going to be 5 in a week.
Yeah,
less than a week. Today's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday,
also,
my dad.
Happy birthday, my dad.
Yeah.
But also, I would like to give a happy birthday to Fabiana Whitmire. Happy freaking birthday. Probably a week ago at the point that you are hearing this. But the reason that I'm saying that is because I get a message from a teacher that I used to teach with. She's now a counselor.
Yes.
And she said, hey, I have my daughter-in-law, it's her birthday, and she is really into this podcast that she listens to every week. Do you know anything about a podcast? And I was like, I might know a couple things about a podcast. Why, what's up? And she's like, I would be the best, like the coolest mother-in-law in the world if you were able to say happy birthday.
That
and I was like,
best.
well, not only, how about this? Not only are you the best mother-in-law in the world because you have a connection to us that is meaningful to her. But you are one of the reasons that the podcast exists in the first place, because this teacher turned counselor is the woman who did the career counseling worksheet project with me, where we went through and I answered the questions like what my favorite movie was, who were my childhood heroes, do you know what I'm talking about?
Flashback, because that was what you were.
Yes. I talked about it in one of the first episodes.
Whoa. You talked about it with me when we were coming up with the idea for the podcast.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's her.
Cool.
Like, isn't that neat? I was like, is she aware that like you're one of the reasons for this? I was like, you changed my life when you did that career counseling thing with me, because I knew I didn't want to be a teacher, but I didn't know what to do. And you basically told me that I wanted to use my voice to change people's lives. And like now I am.
Cool.
And so she responds, she goes, I know I don't post much on social media, but it actually worked out really well for me too, because I just got an award for Counselor of the Year 2023. And I was like,
that's incredible.
So
that's incredible.
Susan, I love you so much.
Hey,
we love a Susan.
To every Susan in the world, we love you.
We love a Susan.
I do.
Anyway, moving on. Okay. We told stories about meeting people who told us that we're not going to have enough time with our kids, which I thought I would bring back up because of recent conversations that we've had about children and whether or not to continue growing our families.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
I talked about a woman who came up to me.
I don't remember.
I talked about a woman who came up to me in Target and was like, thank you for being so kind to him. Like, you don't know how much time you have. And you had a guy who was behind you. Or no, he was in front of you. He got distracted by Sawyer in the checkout lane. And so he didn't get his card fast enough or something, and someone got angry.
Yeah. Oh, that shit pissed me off.
Mm-hmm. So I just think it's ironic that we were talking about how people were reminding us that we didn't have enough time. Mm-hmm. And as meaningful as it was then, I think about our life now and like how we're debating on what's going to happen with our families when we go on tour, and whether or not like we continue expanding our families, or whether or not we, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is a present topic only
Very
to have
present.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to bring that to our attention.
Yeah.
I talked about how I ruined my hair, which is funny because I just spent the entire year continuing to ruin my hair. What I know about myself is that that is a form of self-harm for me that I want to say right now, I will not put scissors to my own hair for the entirety of 2024. If I do, punch me right in the face.
And I will.
I hope you will.
You fucking know I will.
I've never been punched in the face before.
I'm waiting.
Someone's going to have to do it. Okay. 2 years on Zoloft for me now.
Hell yeah. Congratulations.
I'm actually taking less. I am getting panic attacks more.
Okay.
But
well, there's also a lot of change going on in your life.
I also feel like it's important for me to practice using some of the tools that I have learned to navigate my own personal emotional regulation without medication.
I agree
and like
with you.
I'm doing that in a safe way.
Yes.
So
good.
That's happening. And then now we're going to start on the videos where we let me see. I should have put these in order and I didn't. Oh, that's actually a quiz. Here, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do the quizzes first.
All right, let's do the quizzes.
Here's the quiz. Finish this sentence. Don't you put that shampoo bottle anywhere but. What did we say? Don't you put that shampoo bottle anywhere but.
Anywhere but the bathroom.
That is not what we said.
Fuck.
Okay. Anywhere but the shelf.
The shelf.
Okay.
You know, my sister works in an emergency room. 2 times in a row we talked about Taylor working in.
We were talking about shampoo and how don't put shampoo anywhere but the shelf. And you were like, you would be surprised where people put shampoo.
And that is still true to this day. The amount of things that people put places. That is true.
She was just in the ER and
rooms are clogged up. Stop sticking things in your ass
with shampoo bottles. Okay. I don't want him around me. I don't like his energy. Who were we talking about?
Santa?
We were talking about Elf on the Shelf.
I knew it. I was like, Scott, no. And I still agree with you. Know that, did I tell you that's why Noah said he found out?
Is because Elf on the Shelf?
And I don't do that. It wasn't at my house because I don't believe in Elf on the Shelf. It was at his dad's. He said, because they tell kids, if you touch him, he touched him. And my kid, the science boy, was like, that's an experiment. I'm going to touch it, see if he moves. He said he moved the next night. Noah goes, I knew immediately that none of it was real. I was like, well, look at you, you little deducer.
I'm picturing myself with a good old blank.
Mullet.
You think my mullet was premeditated?
Yeah.
First of all, no.
Not for this year. For the year before.
No. I don't even know if it was you who said this or me, but someone said, I'm picturing myself with a good old fart nuggle.
Fart nuggle?
Are you aware what a fart nuggle is?
It's like a snuggle, but with farts.
It's when a fart warms you. You allow a fart to warm you. You brought it up first as part of a name of an Elf of the Shelf.
I love that.
Because we were naming it, and then you explained what a fart nuggle was.
Okay.
To everyone. Okay. Year of 2023. Blank. What did we say the year of 2023 was? There's 2 different answers. I will accept either one. Actually, there's 3.
Bitchin'.
Bitchin'? Year of 2023, bitchin'. You think that's what we said? No. The first one is year of 2023. Maybe we'll get around to it. And what we were talking about was burnout versus depression. And so in 2022...
Still haven't done it.
We talked about doing an episode on burnout versus depression. We came back to it. And then we still haven't done it. And then we said 2023 us. Did we do it? No, we did not.
No, we did 2024 us. Have we done it?
Have we done it? 2023, year of blank, blank, blank.
Pussy, money, weed. No? Okay.
2023, year of blank, blank, blank into place.
And a place? And a place?
Into place.
Blank, blank, blank into place?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck my back into place.
You're almost there. 2023, year of fucking shit back into place. Wow. Okay.
Hey.
And now the last one, the final one. And this is talking about
what's wrong
Sawyer.
with me? Oh, no. Okay.
In 2023, I hope she
sleeps.
Nope.
Not like forever. Jesus Christ. I didn't think that. Oh. 2023, I hope she
walks.
She's jumping. She's running.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch is moving.
She's climbing.
Hey, she's mobile
as fuck.
She climbs so much.
I know.
To the table.
You were like,
jumps on it.
You were like, can you watch her while I go poop? And I was like, for sure. And she goes over and I go, what are you doing? And she like just looks at me as she scales the stool and grabs her milk and then climbs back down. And I was like, all right, I'm the wrong person to watch you because I'm not stopping this and I'm not concerned about it. I feel like you got it.
She does. Hey, she's really good at climbing up and off of those stools. We used to have to put our stools near the island up onto the island.
For the longest time, every time I went to Ciara's, I thought she had just got done mopping because the stools were always up.
I was like, no, that baby will get up there and try to kill herself because she didn't know how to get off of them. So then she would just step off of them, which is, what are you doing? So now she's figured it out. We can put it back down.
Like when you don't know what pain is or what bad things are, you just assume it's going to be fine.
My couch, just walked off of it. And she did face plant, but luckily my ottoman was there, so she just bounced off of it. But I was like, girl.
She's got no frame of comparison. There's no fear because there's nothing bad that's happened.
No fear. And it makes me feel a little good as a parent that she is not afraid. She's not afraid to fall. Noah was. Mm-hmm. And I think that's because I was afraid for him to fall. But if Sawyer falls, I'm like, I'll catch you, girl.
You gonna be fine. Or you go catch yourself.
Yeah. Or you're gonna catch yourself. That's beautiful.
This is something that's kind of sad. You said it.
Shit.
And you said, I'm going to get blank blank. And this was a fear that you had.
Fucked up.
You're afraid of getting fucked up?
No, I love getting I'm gonna get run over.
No.
That is fear that I had. Left behind.
Yep.
I knew it was that.
Yep.
I don't believe that anymore.
Well, I have a theory about that, but you don't feel that anymore?
No, I actually feel big boss energy this year.
Good.
Yeah. I feel like I've done a lot because there was a lot on my plate this year and I didn't give up.
Yes.
Ever. Mm-hmm. Which is wild. Because old me loves giving up. There's nothing I loved more than to give up.
This bitch, if there's one thing I know about this bitch, she loves giving up.
I fucking do. I fucking do. So, yeah, I don't feel like I'm going to get left behind anymore.
Good.
I'm running with the
and
pack.
You shouldn't. Some of these are also videos. So now I'm going to go and play them. Mm-hmm. Are they going to be in order? No, but we're just going to go with it.
Yeah, fuck it.
This is actually Ciara talking about being afraid of being left behind.
It's going to be sad. I was in a sad place.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get left behind because I'm having to be so involved here.
I wonder if that is kind of like almost like a trauma response because that's kind of what happened to you with Noah.
Yeah, and college things.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you got to go and like it's college happened for almost everybody around me, and it was like I was stuck staying at home, and then I'm like, that's fine, I'll make my own life here. And then I got pregnant, and then all of that happened. Yeah,
all of the stuff that you deemed like something that you wanted got to happen without you, and you thought it was gonna happen again.
I did, and it was like the one thing that I loved doing, that I was like, I could see this being the love of my life career wise.
Yeah,
and now it's gonna take off without me, and I'm stuck here.
Oh my gosh, that makes me so sad.
I didn't want to say it out loud because I'm like, that's weird to say, but
I love one thing about you and your sister is when something is sad, you think it's weird. Like you don't go like, because that's upsetting to say. You're like, that's weird for me to have feelings.
We don't emote correctly. And that's what I know about myself. All of these people in the emergency room were like having clear emotions. And then one girl was like, what are you in for? And I was like, chest pain. I think I'm dying. And she was like, what? And I was like,
you ever just die?
You ever just fucking, you know? So, yeah, I don't think that I have correct emotions. That's a goal I'd like to work on.
No.
Make me a human.
Well, it's funny because at the beginning you're like, I've already figured that stuff out. It's just physical. Well,
I actually have. I think that I'm
not saying you don't have some stuff.
No, I think maybe that I could be on the spectrum.
Well,
because I don't know how to cry correctly unless I'm doing my makeup, which I had to be late today because as I'm doing it.
Not Grey's Anatomy again.
The plane crash.
Oh my God.
Why would I watch that?
Which one?
You know which one. You know which one.
Of course.
So anyways, I don't know. But I don't feel those feelings anymore. I feel very confident in myself, and I don't know where that came from.
Well, here's why I put this in here.
Okay.
Because I feel like something we've talked a lot about this year is the pendulum and how we are desperately trying
I'm running through walls.
Yeah, trying to find the middle.
Yeah.
The stable middle instead of like the unstable outsides, right? So
I'm sorry, you said the middle, and now Jimmy World is playing.
Oh my!
In a minute, out the right, everything will be.
Stop trying to get away from feelings.
No, I can't.
Here's why I included this, because I think you were so scared about being left behind in the world of our work.
Yes.
And now I think you are confident here, but where you are feeling insecurity is at home.
Bingo.
And it
You're
is
not wrong.
Almost like Sawyer used to be her whole world.
I really was.
And now you're not, and there's nothing wrong with that.
She loves her dad so much.
That's needed.
It's
that's
so
necessary.
Good, but it does bother me sometimes.
And also, you are feeling this level of guilt and questioning whether or not you should expand your family.
Totally.
And like,
well, yeah, because
what that
I
means.
I feel, don't yell at me if this is something you chose to do. This is not,
Yep.
This is a me thing, not a you thing.
Yeah.
But I would never want to bring a child into the world if I couldn't give them my all.
Right.
And like right now I'm like, could I?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm feeling my all
Elsewhere,
which I'm happy about.
Right.
I love what I do. I feel very
Right.
confident in what I do now. But I do love my babies.
Right.
And like I want to be able to give them all of me.
And also you like have this pull of wanting to give Sawyer a sibling, but don't know if that's the right move.
Can
and
I
like
tell you that, what was I going to say? There was a moment where I had like that's it. That's what I'm going to do. Like it was going to happen. And then I remembered childbirth and postpartum and I was like, no, I'm not. But
never mind.
What did I watch? There was something I watched that was so beautiful. And I was like, that's what I've always wanted my children to have. And I just posted pictures. We had a movie night last night. Sawyer and Noah are so fucking cute together.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. But like they don't actively play together. They don't want to like, I think it probably was just a little kid that was like, come on, with their little sibling and wanting them to like, she's so motherly. Even to Noah, she like acts, that baby is a mother. Okay.
And there's something like knowing that I can see that in my boys.
Yes.
There's something so special about it. Yeah.
It's just like she needs not that she needs it, but like I think that it would be so great for her to have somebody who she could like help care for.
Yeah.
Cause like she was
not in a parentifying way.
No,
we're so hyper aware of what you guys are gonna
just please
how you're gonna filter this.
Just know that we know what we're saying and try not to parent us.
Yeah.
Please. But yeah, kind of like that. I just feel like, because as much as I hated that I was parentified, I think it made me a great mom because I feel like my siblings were my babies before I had my babies, and now I feel like I'm a fantastic mother.
I think that's part of healing too, is recognizing the stuff that was traumatic and probably not best case scenario for you, that you did still get something from it.
Oh my God. Hey, trauma, horrible. Am I funnier because of it? Yeah. I wouldn't have this job if I didn't have trauma.
Right.
Because it made me so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And
And resilient.
Yep. I'm strong as hell because of it, but
I would never want to do it. I don't want anyone else to feel it. Yeah.
Necessarily, but also, would it be cool if they were funny?
Yeah. How do I make you funny without hurting you? How do I do that?
How do I?
There's more to what you said that I want to find.
I'm all in, baby.
Well, and that's something that Ciara's been speaking about a lot lately, is just feeling like she doesn't know what her identity is outside of
a mother.
Yeah. And
which I
trying
think
to
is
figure out how to
anybody
transition.
With young children.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when they're like really needy. Like I had found myself. I think that was the hardest part. And it's different for you and people that have children like back to back, I think, because it's like you have that crazy blah, blah time and then you find yourself. But people who space their kids out, it's like I had found myself again, I thought. And then I restarted all over and it was like pressing the reset button. And I'm like, there was almost a panic, like, are you going to get back to that? Is that going to be realistic again? I know it is, but also like I want to enjoy this, but at the same time I want to get back to like being me. And I'm starting to. I really am. It's finally happening. Like today, Corey took Sawyer up to take a nap then after all the things. And I put on coffee shop. First of all, it was relaxing reading music. I typed into YouTube. And
you were just talking about reading and feeling like you got back to yourself. And like
I did that yesterday. And she still doesn't sleep without needing us. So like she still feels needy. But like I told Corey, that right there is funny because that feeling that I felt there is what's holding me back from having another child, because I know it would just be a year of that.
Yep.
I know that now because this second year was so
different.
Completely different, baby. Like when they hit like the 1 to 2 year age is so different than the 0 to 1. You know what I mean? Like they are
still growing and learning a lot. But
and even like the 15 to like 18 months is a struggle for me. But once they like hit that
stride,
oh my God, then it's like new baby.
Yeah.
And I enjoy having it's just everything about her is phenomenal now.
Yeah.
Not that it's not enjoyable then, but
different.
It's just so you're giving and giving and giving and receiving nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they just need you, but also they're just like blobs.
Yeah.
So like you might see a giggle here and there, but like Sawyer will come up to me. Not that I need my children to give me valid, but like Sawyer will come up to me and be like, well, first of all, you know how she is with people. She goes, hi, baby. She says hi, baby to everybody. It's so funny because I think it's because what me and Corey say to her, hi, baby. Which, so she'll go, hi, baby. And then she goes, no, you're my mama. That's what she says all the time. She goes, hi, mama. And then she'll say, I love you to me. Talk about running through a wall. I love that shit. And I enjoy every aspect of parenthood. It just is when it's in the thick of it. Yell at me if you want to, but I'm being vulnerable. And also, if you're going to yell at me, make sure you also have kids. Because like I can't stand when people who haven't been through it are like, I don't think that's the way you should. It's just, that's
my favorite thing when people are like, I was the best parent in the world when I didn't have kids.
True. There was so much I could say when I didn't. But like there is a toughness to that first year that is just, especially when you're doing it.
Which is insane because that's the year you crave the most.
I know. But it's also hard because Corey was like never home. He worked 5 days a week then.
Yep.
And long hours. And so it was just like, I was doing that plus having to take Noah to school and all of these things. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm doing all of this by myself.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
So I thought it was so interesting that you were like, for people who do it back to back, it's crazy, but then you can get back to it. And I was like, that is literally what you are trying to like navigate right now in your.
Do I just do it again so that I can get that over with, or do I?
Yeah,
not
because
not that I want to get it up.
I know.
So nervous.
It's. I would never force you to do one thing or another, but I just feel like I know you well enough to know that this is something that you want.
I love being a mom.
I know.
It's like one of my favorite things in the whole world.
I know.
Literally. But pregnancy and postpartum life is so hard. It's so hard.
So hard.
We'll
and
see.
It's easy when you're in this moment to be like,
I can fuck around and do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna fuck around to find out. Anyway, okay.
It would almost have to be an accident because then I would fully embrace it. But like, I don't know that I could plan that again, that I could knowingly, because also trying to conceive is a fucking beast.
Yes.
Even if you think you're fertile or what, like just that tracking and being disappointed when you don't.
It makes it so not fun.
Not at all.
Yeah. Still there.
Yes.
I remember thinking,
I don't know what this
I can't
is.
tell Shane how I really feel about these certain things because he's going to store them.
Yes.
And he's going to use them as ammo later. And I can't look weak here because that's gonna allow him to have some kind of an edge. Like it's all a fucking game.
Right.
And
that was me talking about how I overthink conversations.
Sure.
And what I know about myself
We're doing
now.
that a lot here.
Yeah.
But
what I recently have learned about myself is that I believe I'm an effective communicator,
you are.
but I'm not.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, you and I communicate very well because you can say things and I know what you mean.
Yes. But I have gotten into a habit of trying to find a way to make things palatable for people. And so I try to take the sting out of it. But what I'm finding is the sting for other people is actually what I want to convey.
That
it
makes
is the thing
sense.
that's actually bothering me.
Sure.
And so because I don't want to hurt someone,
Yes.
I water it down so that they can receive it. This is the easiest way to explain it. It's putting a ha after you say something that
LOL.
actually isn't. You're not really laughing.
Yeah. See, and I think you and I don't have that because we're pretty honest. We're good at being like, we've had tough conversations where we can look at each other and be like, I love you. We'll get through whatever.
Yeah.
And we don't have that like fear of.
Well, I don't think we've done anything to each other that makes the other one feel like at a disadvantage of a power imbalance where like that's often what I'm dealing with.
Truly. Yeah.
Is I almost am like afraid of the people that I'm talking to because I almost want to like control their feelings where like.
Yes. That's not on you.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also like don't communicate effectively because I'm afraid. And so then I'm like, is this partially my fault that I keep getting hurt by these things because I didn't actually tell them I was hurt by it in the first place?
That makes sense. I know exactly what you're talking about because I'm kind of the same way.
Right.
And I'm like not clear about things because I don't want it to, well, for me, it's
harsh.
more. Yeah. You have a different reasoning for doing it. For you, I think that you don't want to seem like a mean person because that's something that can be triggering to you. It's something you've dealt with for a long time. For me, I'm very afraid of confrontation. I don't want things to spiral into a huge fight. It drains me because of the past that I've had. So I'll try to be like, how can I tiptoe around saying this so we don't fight?
Yes.
But sometimes being blunt, I'll tell you, it's why I love Corey so much.
Yes.
And I say this all the time because people in my life have been like, I don't really know about him. And I'm like, I know that he seems blunt, but he cares.
Yes.
So he is not afraid to say the things that other people don't want to say because he's not going to sit there and watch his friend who's married flirt at a bar and not call him out on it because he doesn't want to like upset the dude or he has bro code or anything. He's the kind of guy that will be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing right now? You know? So like.
It was very interesting watching Corey react to Ciara having a panic attack because he was very just like emotionless about it.
Oh yeah. He turns into like nurse mode. So it's just like, this is medical. And so I'm going to be a medical person right now.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this medically and not like.
Yeah. He wasn't like escalating like, oh my God, what happens to my wife and the mother of my child? And now you're having these feelings, or he didn't try and invalidate you. It was very just like, well, you don't fuck around with chest pain. So if you got to go, you got to go.
What are you feeling right now? That's something we don't mess around with. If you're feeling those feelings, you should go to the hospital. Yeah. That's kind of what he was saying.
And so he's very matter of fact. And I'm finding that like my fear of being matter of fact with stuff is causing these things that I'm like, this is a cycle. Yeah. This is going to keep happening. Well, yeah, it is going to keep happening because I'm expecting, I know I'm being very vague, but someone said that we do a good job of being
just vague enough.
Just vague enough.
That's our band name, Just Vague Enough.
Yeah, it's like the Vanga Boys. But I recognize that part of the cycle is that I'm not effectively communicating what I need. And so I'm just putting the work on them.
I get it.
And hoping that they're just going to read between the lines and know what I really mean or know, like,
but then you get upset when they don't.
Right. I'm expecting me from them. And that is one thing that I know you can't do. Don't stop expecting you from other people. If you're going to get upset that people are not reading your mind or going the distance for you or doing things that you would do for them, it's not because they don't care. It's because you can't expect you from other people. And that's what I'm trying to do for myself right now is just like, be an effective communicator for myself, but also demanding it from other people because it doesn't have to be a power imbalance. It doesn't have to be emotionally motivated. It can just be, let's be fucking clear what we need to be fucking clear so we can show up the way we need to show up for each other.
I know this from having those conversations with you that you can do it in a way that's like, I want you to know I do love you.
Yes.
But this needs to be said or we need to talk about things in this way because if we just like skirt around it, then it's going to be like a festering wound.
Yes. We're not solving anything.
No.
It's just kind of like, I'm trying to think of a person or an occupation where the person's just like, yeah, sure. But like nothing ever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of these years, I'm going to actually be good at this.
Fuck it.
Anyway.
I don't think that's what people want from us.
I hope not. But okay, here is something I feel like is a bit of a prediction from you.
For me.
Also, you talked about hating Christmas since childhood.
Yep.
I don't know why I wrote that down. But that was just something that was mentioned.
That's why I like that Corey brings me out of my Grinch era because I will get really into holly jolliness like right after Thanksgiving. I'm like,
and you're like, this has been
fucking
so
red
long.
And green.
We've been doing this.
And then about the week before, I'm like, I fucking hate Christmas. I don't want to do this. Don't wrap the presents.
Well, you did say it was because
my Noah baby wasn't with me.
No, you actually never said that. It was either because you were a child of divorce or that you lived in poverty.
Ugh, poor. Poor sucked.
Yeah.
Both of those things still apply. I actually just told my mom, I was like, I just want you to know I might not come to your house on Christmas. She's like, I don't even care if you do. It's totally fine. Because she's starting to I told her, I was like, when I get a big, great house someday, if it happens, big, nice house. Someday when I get a big, nice house. Everybody's invited to my house. And I don't have to leave my house. And you all come
never
want to
leave my house.
And everybody
Why do you think
can
I put
come
the
and
studio
go
in my basement?
Yes. It was so fucking cold today. I get it.
I had my car moved so you didn't have to walk.
I just hate having to be like, you have to go from place to place to place. So like, it's nice that my mom was like, you don't have to come. And I was like, great, because I probably won't because
wasn't planning on it.
My baby naps for like 2 hours. And if I don't give her that nap, nobody wants to be around her. Hey, that's still true to this day. That sweet baby is the nicest baby I've ever met. Sweetest, most kind baby. But if she doesn't nap, she's a monster.
Yikes.
She needs her sleep. That's it.
Yep.
Maybe some pizza sometimes. Or a mutton, which is what she calls a muffin.
I'll show up with that one.
If you don't have a mutton, that baby, or some pizza, she's going to freak out. Okay, so I do have a house now. I had Thanksgiving at my house, and now we're going to have Christmas at my house.
And you literally said, people just come and go all day. You just come here and I don't have to leave. So, like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, wow. That's all I ever wanted. And guess what? I'm so excited for the holidays now. We had a little family movie night. We've had like a movie night for the 5 days before Christmas. We're going to have like a movie.
You have to get the thing out of my car. Spotify, thank you so much. Spotify sent us a gift, and they said they did send us one for each of us. I just used the s'more thing the other day. I opened up Mom's s'more store, and the kids came and they ordered s'mores, and so
fun.
You should take yours.
Yeah, that's what I made the kids, hot chocolates, and then strawberries for Sawyer because I'm scared of popcorn for her. So
right.
Strawberries for Sawyer was her snack. Noah got popcorn, and we had popcorn, and we had watched Dr. Seuss's so it's Jim Carrey's The Grinch, arguably the best Christmas movie.
I agree. My kids won't let me watch it, and they are so mean for that.
My favorite one. Sawyer was kind
of
so. You know what's funny though?
Tough crowd.
Is Noah tough crowd? There was a moment where the babies were coming down, and the one who goes, "Our baby's here. He looks like your boss." And Noah goes, "I know what that means now." He goes, "I'm in 6th grade. I know what that means."
I mean, I'm joking. I don't want to be.
I was like, hey, welcome to adult joke. He goes, do you think like in the 90s? First of all, that hurt me because I was like, this was not made in the 90s. How dare you?
Yeah.
He goes, do you think that they just put a lot of adult jokes in in movies
they
in
do
the 90s?
All the time.
I said, Noah, wait till you watch your favorite movies that you loved when you're an adult. You will catch so many things. So it's not just in the 90s.
I heard Ollie say something the other day that I know is a quote from Trolls, but when a kid says it and it's not during the movie and you don't remember it's a quote from a movie, it's jarring. He said, "Slappy make daddy happy."
I knew it was that.
Sorry.
Little slappy make daddy happy.
Yes.
It's my favorite. I say that to people all the time.
I immediately looked at him and I was like, who said that to you? Who fucking said that to you? And he was like, the Cloud and Trolls. And I was like, oh, carry on.
What is she? Carry on. Race car. That was my favorite part of Trolls. Little slappy make daddy happy.
Anyway.
Okay, keep going.
Proud of you, and
I can't believe she wasn't walking.
I know.
What's crazy is one of the things that I said in there was that
this is me
know that no is a full
regressing
sentence and that I don't always beat myself up about saying it.
Yes.
It is so weird,
is it,
to hear me say that because I don't feel anything now if I say no.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
don't
feel anxious. I don't
That's nice.
care what obviously, I mean, there's a level of care that I have for people of just like,
right,
you know,
right.
I don't want you to be in pain or anything, but I'm no longer
worried that your emotions are
my
less.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not shrinking myself anymore to fit into spaces that make me uncomfortable anyway.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing about
I'm so annoyed by myself.
Failure not existing and pursuing things without the fear of failure. I pursued my life this year without the fear of failure because to me growing up, failure.
Oh my God, I can't even listen to myself talk anymore. Guess what? I don't fucking feel that right now.
Okay.
And like,
hey, that's a really good thing to be able to show though, I think.
I agree, which is why I included it, even though I was so fucking like, ugh.
You'll get there. We really flip-flopped, but like you'll get back to it because it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
I think it's important though to show people that like when you feel like you've reached this moment where you're like, I did it. I got there. I'm healed. Backtracking is normal.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody else will say that, but like backtracking for me is normal. I have had so many like periods of regression.
Well, that's exactly, I remember Kay telling me, and I remember Barbara telling me that like backsliding, backpedaling, regressing, like that it is a part of healing.
It is. And
I know that the me that was talking in that video was one, going to therapy weekly, was feeling really empowered. I was setting boundaries with people. I had cut a lot of toxic people out of my life.
Yeah.
And so when you kind of have, for lack of a better phrase, and I don't say this in any other realm of my life, drain the swamp.
No, you didn't.
When you drain
the Shrek swamp,
yes,
because that's
your
the
life,
only swamp we care about.
the pond. It's easier to maintain that level of like empowerment Where this year I have fucked around with where my boundaries are with certain people, and trying to navigate who they are to me, who I am to them, and my level of self-confidence and self-assuredness has really taken a hit this year, and I am so very jealous of the Jerry that is sitting on that couch last year
in there.
Because she's not on this couch this year.
She's still in there. You had a lot happen this year.
I did.
So give yourself a little bit of grace in that.
And
you are working through those things still.
I know. And I think what bothers me the most about it is like the stuff that is the hardest part. I can't, it has nothing to do with me. It's happening around me.
Well,
and I feel like I can't
I feel
get
like
out.
That's very difficult because you are somebody who, not that you are a controlling person, but you do like a certain order of your life. You like to be able to like.
I want to feel like I'm in the driver's seat of my life. 100%. And when I feel like stuff is happening around me that is affecting me.
You're just getting bumper card.
Yes.
It's a jarring feeling.
I keep fucking hydroplaning and I'm like, hey, get your water away
from me. Get your fucking water out of my road.
That's what I've always said. Get your water out of my road.
You know what I think is weird? Here's a moment that I think is, I don't know if it's a witchy thing. So let me know, witches, if this is like a prediction thing that you can have. Because I know you say you get things from dreams and stuff. And I don't know if this means that I will have another baby. But wonk. That card set.
That's what I've always said.
I feel like I am in tune a lot with senses. And out of the blue recently, just in random spots, it just happened right here. And when I was driving my car the other day, I smelled the smell of the hospital room when you have a baby. If you've been there, it's a very distinctive smell.
Yes.
And I just smelled it just here. I was like,
interesting.
Right?
Well,
I'm glad I said it on this episode because we'll fucking see. That was weird, though. That was weird.
Interesting. Well, that was another note that I made, that we did talk about how you had a tarot reading from my sister.
Oh, that's right.
And we were like really leaning into tarot, and like we were talking a lot about what we get from tarot and whether or not we think it's like a direct sign from the universe or if it's more so like your interpretation of what you're receiving from it. But I really have gone, I feel like, full woo-woo this year. I am really in tune with some shit, and I feel like my predictions are scarily accurate for certain things.
I don't think that it's uncommon either. Correct me if I'm wrong. For when that happens, for like a newbie person to really get in tune with that, for there to be some off-kilter feelings, disjunctive feelings when that happens. So like you might be experiencing that because you've kind of tapped into another sense.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know. Okay, good.
You fucking suck. I don't want to listen.
Go back to first year you bitch.
Yeah. I like self-deprecating sad you.
No.
But yeah, I was so scared.
Well,
and
the
now
only
I'm
people that like that version of you are the people that can then control you. Yes.
From me being
it's
that.
so weird seeing me be so like.
And she was strong. And she was wonderful, and I'm so proud of her. But
shut up! Like I feel like she's talking to me.
Yeah,
passed away. Like, so don't patronize me.
She's resting.
Yeah.
And so I'm now in a place where
growth.
Not only am I not afraid to fail, I am pursuing things just fiercely.
Yeah.
Like I've told you guys that I'm writing a book, and I recently just finished the 7th chapter, and I formatted the book into actual book pages because
let me tell you, this is a year later, and I think I'm on chapter like 14 or something. So I've like doubled the amount that I've written, but I'm not done. I have continued. but I'm actually terrified of failure. I couldn't be more afraid of failure. I couldn't be more afraid of letting people down. And the amount of pressure that I feel now is almost crushing. Like, I have most recently just started having the trigger warning thoughts of like the forever rest.
Yeah.
Just being a release. Yeah. Again, it's so hard to explain when you have those feelings because it's like, I don't want to die. It's not like I dislike my life. It is just, I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling responsible for so many things at once. I'm tired.
A lot on your plate.
A lot. And I just am like, I am afraid to pursue things now because if they fail, it is going to, there's a lot less wiggle room, I feel like, in my life than there once was. Hold on, there's one more part of that I wanted to play.
Okay.
I never thought that I could have written like 68 pages, and I know that I'm so far from done, but I'm feeling very confident in what I'm doing, and I'm writing it like no one's gonna read it.
Yes.
I'm writing it.
Which is what we started this podcast like.
Yes.
Like no one was gonna listen.
Yes. Because in that I'm able to be my most honest and authentic self. Because
and guess what? I don't feel that anymore. I am terrified. I'm so hyper aware that the things that I'm doing are going to be consumed by other people. And I'm hyper aware of how much that matters to me and how much it affects other, like my surrounding people, the people that I feel responsible for. And I was talking to Shane about this on a walk where I was like, I don't feel like I can live in a world where I can be oblivious to who is going to be consuming whatever I put out. And I know that in order to show up for the people I feel responsible for, that I should prioritize and focus on like trying to expand our like financials.
Yeah.
But to me, that feels inauthentic to showing up to our audience because that's never been the point of it.
Right.
And so it's like, how do I figure out a way to maintain being a part of your lives that feels like we are a necessity in your day? Like we are a part of your just like routine for life and not just something that is, what's something that you're just like, I could stop that if I want.
Throw away.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not expendable.
Kind of though.
Yeah. You guys know, put the word, leave it in the comments below. What's the word I'm thinking of? Disposable. The word you're looking for is disposable. I don't want to be something that people can just be like, okay, well, I don't like that. I don't care about this anymore. I want to be a part of someone's routine. I want to be an instrumental part of their day or their week, their routine. But I don't think if I focus on making money and growing a brand, that is going to meet the needs of people in the way that we want to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the people I feel responsible for in my personal life, part of showing up for them and meeting the needs of them does include financial stuff. So it's like I feel fuckity fucked in both ways. And I feel a lot of pressure and I feel incredibly unstable.
That's okay. That's unstable 2024.
Yep. I don't want to be unstable in 2024, but I will say I'm ending 2023 feeling that way.
Well, the pendulum swings.
The pendulum does swing. And the fear that I have about being seen has kept me from doing things. And that's frustrating.
But it is also not your job to carry everyone on your back. They could walk.
They could.
You know?
They could.
So.
But I would have to like encourage them to get off my back. And I don't know that I will do that. And again, that's on me. That's on me not being an effective communicator. That's me shrinking myself again to actively participate in places that are not comfortable for me, which is the opposite of what Jerry last year was doing.
Well, there was a lot that happened when you were being like fuck around and find out, they maybe probably knock that confidence, which is, again, a good thing to show people happens.
Yeah.
Because people aren't just going to be like, fuck me then? All right.
Yeah.
They're not just going to accept that. There will be some like
backlash.
There will be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so if you're prepared to be like, this is how I am, you got to also
what's crazy
be confident
is like,
and back in that.
I say before you do something that's like going to be a big thing, think about the best case scenario. Are you prepared for that not to happen? Think about the worst case scenario. Are you ready for that to happen?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Proceed. I feel like I was in a place where I could answer yes, but now I'm have to like, I'm having to actively like walk those paths, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, it's so different.
Just because
so
I can
different.
doesn't mean I like it.
Or I
doesn't
want
mean
to.
I'm having a good fucking time.
No. It's going to be hard.
For sure.
Like running. This shit fucking hurts. Noah said to me, because our little workout area is in our basement, and right above that is Noah's room, and he's like, you are loud when you work out. I could just hear you panting. I was like
a
all
dog.
he heard was like, ooh, He's like, I thought I was gonna have to come down and check on you, and I was like, I was fine. I'm just out of shape. God damn it.
Mind your business. My God.
Anyway,
me.
Nope.
Okay. Sorry, if anyone's gonna place a name tag like, "Hey, my name is,"
What?
it's not gonna be.
It's Chicka Slim Shady, and I did it again.
I know. That was gonna be a part of the quiz, but I abandoned it.
I would have been able to get that.
Okay. So we have two things we're gonna finish with. One is a bit of a prediction, kind of like a shocky what the fuck moment, and then the other one is, I guess, a new tradition that we're adding to this, which is we ended last year by picking a word that we wanted for 2023. I thought we could react to our words from last year and then choose a new one.
Okay.
I
didn't prepare, but
that's all right. You don't have to. Ready? Here's the shock ha one. Next one. What is this about? Still bad at this.
All right. Here we are.
Also, I want to get more tattoos. Let's get tattoos in 2023.
Well.
I want to get fucking sleeved out. I still want 2023 Ciara. You got sleeves yet? I don't. I'm going sleeves? To 2024. No, I do want more work on my arms and my legs.
I
want to
get force. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I shared.
Oh wait, I was gonna do that before my wedding. No, legs definitely is gonna happen.
You're gonna get tattoos on your legs and your arms?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not on my arms until after my wedding.
Okay.
That's why I waited.
Dope.
Then yes.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
now I remember.
So Forrest drew on the ground, like on the floor upstairs, and Afangent took that drawing, removed the background, duplicated it, and flipped it, overlaid it, and it's a perfect butterfly.
So I did get that tattoo.
Yes.
And not only did I get that tattoo, I got another one here. I got my clocks here.
Yeah.
I got Mosby back here. Like, I got a lot of tattoos in 2023. So that's fucking wild.
That is. I only got the one, but
well,
I'm getting more.
Pause.
Oh shit.
I would love to get that
yes
on me.
Yeah.
For him. But or make it wallpaper. I don't know. When we build, I'm like, all right, the whole house is made of force.
Which I said something about building. We did not have land yet.
No.
We didn't have any of that yet. And so the fact that we're building now is wild.
Yep.
And I actually did start making wallpaper of it, but now I won't do it because I have the tattoo and I think that's weird. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I want to get tattoos. I would let Shane tattoo me.
Okay.
On alive.
I will not let that happen for me, but you can do that.
You wouldn't let Corey tattoo you?
Corey?
Yeah.
No. Seeing the way he writes just letters.
You wouldn't let him tattoo just
I will get a tattoo for him.
But you wouldn't let him.
I did. And I did.
And you did. And you did. You got his birth flower behind your ear.
Yep, I sure did.
You said, I will get a tattoo for him. Not his name.
Not his name. Nope.
And you did.
Birth flower? Yes, it's right there.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that wild?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't let him tattoo you?
not letting anyone that's not a licensed professional tattoo me. I know what the
Amen.
fuck
Let my
happens with that.
toddler tattoo me, I think.
Hell
But
no.
that's 'cause
Absolutely never that.
I'm playing fast and loose with my life. That's
You
all
gotta
I
stop
know.
doing that. There's too much risk of infection, and I'm getting someone who knows what the fuck they're doing.
That's fair. Maybe I should as well. Shane can't tattoo me anymore, I guess. I don't know. He probably would do his research.
There's parts of that I can't divulge, but just know that more than just Ciara and I getting tattoos and what we got came true this year or is in action. So like I heard that part and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I guess maybe it's not a prediction. It's something we said we wanted to do and we did it. But I don't know.
It's still interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's still, I think, a fun callback, okay? Because there's not a lot of times where you record yourself saying, like, this is what I want to do next year. And then you're able to, like, go back to it and be like, oh, fuck, yeah, I did say that and want to do it. And this is when and how I did it. Anyway.
To that.
Yes.
But they also need to have access to something that feels attainable when they want it to
I was
be
talking about lows
when
here
they
for
feel
some
like
reason.
chaos, you know?
I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know why
what the
we're
fuck
here.
were we
Where are we? Where are we here? Anyway, we're going to do live shows next year.
Hey, you guys, we're doing fucking live shows. Can you believe it?
Talked about live shows, and we are doing that.
We're doing so many.
We're doing that.
I think that maybe we're good.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's good.
I think we one of the things we really enjoyed on our Patreon at the end was coming up with a word.
So here are our words for this year.
Okay.
I want us to react to those, and then I want us to pick new words. Okay.
We wanted to assign to 2023, which I think is just more obtainable than a resolution.
Obtainable. Everyone hear the fact that I said obtainable.
I agree.
Because, you know, I don't think resolutions and change and growth and making commitments to yourself in whatever way needs to be reserved for one time a year. So instead, what is a word that you want to fiercely pursue next year? Leave it in the comments.
I'm so fucking annoyed with myself.
On your story. Tag us in it. Let us see what your word is.
Yeah. What's your word?
I shared that mine was transformation.
Yes. I actually have two.
I feel like I accidentally transformed into a lesser version of myself.
Oh, no.
I was like, 2023, we're going to transform back into our bitch ass self. And that's what happened.
Now, because
oh, cool. Okay.
My first one was advocacy, which I loved, but it was more so advocating for myself, like standing up for myself. But then I kind of loved that someone said advocacy as a whole, because if there's anything that I like always wanted financial stability for, it was to become an do work with advocacy
to be able to
help
support.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I've thought about like animal advocacy, domestic violence. So I would love to really do more work. If anybody has any, let me know.
Share.
Yeah, I'm
but
leaning
also
into that.
Stability.
I think my life has been a little obviously unstable because it went, like I said, there was a lot that happened in 2 years.
Yeah, I
that
still
we
don't
were like
think we're necessarily caught up.
jarring. But I would just like a little bit of stability, maybe in the form of a home or like, plans for a place where I can sink my toes into the sand, as they say, or whatever.
It's a sandbox.
Plant my seed. I'd like to plant my seed somewhere.
Yes.
Don't we all?
Yeah, but
Don't
not in
we
me.
all?
Don't fucking plant your seed.
Keep your fucking seed away.
That's why I told you, don't put your seed anywhere.
You didn't listen, but it didn't plant, so it's okay.
See?
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Wow. I did it.
We did it. We did it. Oh, wait. There was actually one more part of that I wanted to play because it goes into tour.
Okay.
Kind of.
It's like a forever place. And maybe that won't come this year. Maybe it'll come in the years to come. But that's just a goal long term.
That is definitely something that I'm working on. Because if you guys don't know, me, Ciara, Shane, and Corey have some plans.
We have plans. We want to be together forever.
We want to be able to drive to each other via golf cart. So
I still could from my house.
Stay
to your
tuned to
land.
see how we make that happen.
And if you work for Netflix, tell them to call us. We have some ideas. We do.
I think
On a
I think it would be
show.
fun to watch us.
Give us a fucking reality.
Okay, the reason I wanted to include that is because
But seriously, give us a reality show.
I was saying was that we had just started talking about wanting to buy land and build on it so that we could have both of our houses on the same plot of land.
Yes.
And then obviously Corey and Ciara found their home that they loved.
Love it.
And then a few months later, we found land.
Yes.
And what we had originally talked about is having a show that follows us building our homes on the land and like watching us try to do stuff ourselves.
Yeah.
And what we've done now is we recorded ourselves doing stuff on my land, and now we're going to go on tour and show people that.
So true.
We created our own show.
We kind of did our own reality TV show.
Yeah.
And you can watch it if you come see our show in person. And if you can't because it's not near you, don't worry, baby. We'll get there.
Come on, we're trying. We're really trying.
We'll get there.
But yeah, so that was
awesome.
Last year. Now I guess we'll end this guy with our words.
Okay. You go first.
Fuck, I don't know. I didn't think about this at all.
I know, me neither.
My word is going to be balance.
Yes.
Balance.
Balance is good.
And I feel like balance not only in just, because I think at one point in time it would have been like a work-life balance, but now I think it's like emotional balance. It's like balance in my relationships, balance in my communication, balance in my self-love or self-hatred. It's finding the middle. It's Jimmy Eat World. It's Jerry Eat World.
Yeah, good. I like that. I think my word's gonna be, I'm like blanking on words right now. Give me a second.
I'll give it to you.
Don't give it to me. How dare you? I want to say, well, mine feels like yours. Harmony. Does that?
Fifth Harmony?
Yes.
Okay.
The band. I want to start a band. Peace and harmony.
Okay.
Peace in that I'd love it if my chest would stop hurting.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
internal.
I'd like some internal peace.
Yes.
But also, I want to connect the dots between work life, harmony, work life, and mom life.
Yeah.
And learn to grow as one, because I think that I can be fucking great at both.
Yes.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
What are your words, everyone? Leave them in the comments below.
Yeah.
Did you hate me last year? And like, which one did you like better? Because honestly, I could punch last year me right in the teeth.
Both
and if you feel that way too, then go ahead and smash that subscribe button.
No, seriously. Like, follow, subscribe, tell us all the things, give us all the love.
Come buy tickets to our shore. So
our shore store. We're starting a reality show. It's called Jersey Shore. It's gonna be a fucking crazy concept. I'm gonna own a store on the boardwalk. And then hire people who are just fucking drunk all the time to work there. It's gonna be awesome.
What I meant is buy tickets to our tour so you can punch me in the face in person. Just kidding. You'll need VIP tickets, and I don't know. I don't know if they're sold out. And if you already have them, you don't get to punch me. You bought them before that. Okay.
Hey, no, yeah.
And actually, this is
off the
all
table.
a joke. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Unless I allow it. Okay. I'm sorry. I have a cold sore, so you definitely don't want to touch me. No, and I'll bring it on tour if I have to.
She's contagious.
All right. Hey, we love you guys so much. Thank you for a wonderful year again.
Hell
we are so excited to see what next year brings. And we can't wait to come.
I'm going to come
near you.
That's for sure.
All right. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next year.
All right.
We're out.
Goodbye.